Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I am here on a beautiful summer day in Venice, Italy, standing in San Marco's Square with St. Mark's Cathedral, right behind me. And I'm going to take you around the central area of Venice of just a few things that we suggest to do. Now, you can see most of the city of Venice in just a couple days. I used to stay about an hour away. That's great, from Venice, outside Pordenone in a little town called Aviano, back during my military days. So I used to come down to Venice on a regular basis. It hasn't changed much except some modern stores, but I'm going to take you on certain things to do when you're staying on a budget or things that you have to see. So let's go and enjoy the city. Well, I might as well start with one of the most iconic things of Venice besides the canals, and that is here in San Marco's Square with St. Mark's Cathedral right behind me. They are doing some renovating to it and some construction just to make, keep it well maintained, but they still are allowing people in. The line is wrapped all the way around to the waterfronts, to the Grand Canal right now. So we're not going to go in at this visit, but this is definitely one site that you have got to at least see the exterior of. The second thing right here is the new bell tower. Now, the original bell tower from, the 6th century was destroyed around early 1900s, 1906, 1909. It actually fell. Demolished. So this bell tower behind me that I'm going to zoom up on is actually a new construction from the early 1900s. That's why it looks so new. But they are allowing guests up to see one of the highest points in the city of Venice. You can see people that just exited from the bell tower. Venice is one of the most traveled to tourist destinations in all of Europe. So it is loud, full of people. The roads are completely filled. And when I say roads, I mean pedestrian roads. There are no motor vehicles allowed in the city center, with exception of coming over the bridge by the bus terminal and the train station. So you will not see any vehicles around. Even ambulances and police cars are boats. Well, most of you know I love tourist things, says the guy with the St. Thomas hat on and Hawaii old as dirt shirt on. I got my sense of humor. But there's tons of touristy items to get while you're here in town, to include kiosks spread all around the city. Kiosk meaning those little stands that you see all around the square. Here, there, everywhere. And if you look at them, they sell the exact same items, same t-shirts, same selfie sticks, same magnets, same handbags. Why is that? They are all owned by the same company. That's right, they're all owned by the same company. They get the same merchandise from the same distributor, and they will have their same prices. So if you negotiate at one, they do have their low-end bottom line margin that they cannot go below. Like, for instance, I bought 2 t-shirts. They wanted 10 euros a piece. I got them 2 for 15 euro. Fine, no problem for a touristy t-shirt, but do negotiate, just like you do anywhere else in the world in tourist destinations. Taxi! Wait a second. Taxi? Yes. Water taxis. This is the city of Venice. If you have never seen it on the map before, it is Canal. This is the Grand Canal. This is where I am at right now, on the south side of the Plaza San Marco's Square, right there. And this is one of the taxi stands. How do you get around Venice from point A to point B, especially if you're lugging around your bags? You do need a water taxi. There are water buses available. They are relatively inexpensive. A taxi is a little spendy, but if you want to get to the other side of town, just within a quick couple of minutes, or if you have a mobility issues, because there is a lot of walking, you have no choice. I'm sorry, but the wheelchair, this is not a wheelchair friendly place. This is not a scooter friendly place. There are steps with very few ramps, with exception along the Grand Canal right here, because this is a main thoroughfare for people traveling through with bags and carted items. So they do have taxi stands such as this right here. Do reserve your taxi if you need something essential. For instance, we're leaving tomorrow, headed to the airport really early in the morning, and 4:30 to be exact in the morning, and that is right when the water buses start operation. Yes, water buses do go to the mainland where Venice International Airport is located, but we have our large bags because we're over here in Europe for goodness, we're 3 months this summer, so we do have our accumulated items and our larger Travel Pro bags. So lugging all of that, and of course we have Alex, which is a little help with the carry-ons because he's 6 years old. No disrespect about that, but it is kind of difficult to roll our large bags around. So we do choose a water taxi. You could book through your hotel concierge, or you can come to the taxi stand like this one right here and talk to the customer service rep, and they will book you a taxi. And a lot of times they will actually send a taxi boat operator, driver, to your hotel to meet you in person, and you will walk to your water taxi with them. So that way you don't have to look for them, which boat dock they're on and what have you. And again, here are those kiosks along the Grand Canal with all the same items. I talked about the water bus, and this is great timing. There is a bus stop, the E and F line, and there is a water bus departing right now. So you can see it, it looks just like a bus, but floating. And it is first come, first serve, and they do fill up. Now, if you are traveling to and from the airport or around town with your small roller bags, it's like to carry on, or a smaller suitcase, do not be afraid to use the water bus. It is €15 to go to the Venice Marco Polo International Airport and from here at San Marcos Square. And this is one of the bus stops behind me. Again, the A and B line will take you to the airport. And another thing about Venice, well, all of Italy, of course, is the food. There's food everywhere, and a lot of them are similar in price and very similar in cuisine. It does fit every budget. So for instance, if you're like me who does not mind getting a grab-and-go sandwich or grab-and-go slice, calzone, whatever, you're going to spend about €6 or so on a calzone, or for a whole pizza you'll find it anywhere ranging from €10 all the way up to €18, and that includes dining in at one of the places like we just walked past, where you can actually sit down on the walkway and eat. Folks, this is a old city. There is a lot to see everywhere you turn, whether it be Rome, Florence, or Venice here. Every block you turn, there's a plaza and amazing scenery like that. Or just walk a short distance and you have an amazing cathedral just feet away from the previous. Again, no disrespect to those people with mobility issues, but the next thing to do that you have to do around Venice is walk around, walk the walkways, get to see it. And I'm sorry, with these taller buildings here, your handheld iPhone GPS is not going to give you the directions that you need. So map it out prior to your journey. Again, a shirt like this, picked one up, of course, for Alex. These shirts are at the kiosks and at most touristy stores, and they are set prices. The prices are set with minimal negotiation. So anywhere you are in town, don't feel bad about saying no if you don't feel your negotiated price is set. Go on to the next store, go on to the next kiosk. Let's keep walking. Again, gondoliers are staged throughout the city. So no matter where you are, if you just want to use a gondola instead of water taxi, if that's your thing, if you want to use it for the entire 30 minutes to go around that part of town or that part of town, by all means, go for it. They're here to help you out. Now here's one of those grab and go places right here. It shows you the price of a pizza. They are half-baked pizzas and ready to reheat and go. Same with other pastries. Of course, this is a regular city. So you do have most of the amenities that you would have of any other place, like pharmacies to get prescriptions. Approaching us right now is a water taxi. Here's a couple examples of bodegas, mini markets right here that you can get a lot of the tourist items. And here is a small market right here. And if you see the price of the water, natural bottled water is 45 cents euros. Along with other beverages. The beer back there is 2 euros and they do have them chilled. And again, here's another market. Let's walk up to the chilled beer right here. Let's just show you a Heineken. Right here is €1.95. Peroni, a large Peroni is €1.69. Now, at most restaurants, you're gonna pay close to 8 euros for a pint or a half liter of beer. So another budget move that we do is we get still water, which is around €1.50 all the way up to 2 euros per bottle. Feeds Chris, me, and Alex. And then Chris and Alex and I will go to a bodega and grab our road beer and Coke and whatever other beverages we want to have. Now, if you are patronizing that business and ordering a meal for all three of you, we have yet to have any problems bringing our own bottled water, not sodas, not beer, into those restaurants. You will see around town spring water. It is drinkable water and usable water, just like kids are coming up and filling up their water guns, and people are filling up their water bottles. Again, almost every single street here in Venice has restaurants with outdoor and most of the time indoor seating. Restaurant that we went to yesterday for lunch only had outdoor seating. And folks, I'm walking around the central part of Venice for you. So please do me a favor, like and subscribe to my channel for more of our videos about traveling. Let's keep going. Now, thing about Venice in the summertime, this is the middle of July, it is hot and humid. Look where you're located. Yes, you are about 47 degrees north, 46 degrees north, but you are located right there in the armpit of the Adriatic Sea, and it is muggy and hot. Right now, it is 31 degrees Celsius. So, whew, with 55% humidity, and the sun is going down. This is later in the day. It was brutal earlier. That's why Chris and Alex are back in the hotel room kicking back. And again, no matter where you are in the town, north, south, east, west, into Venice, there are no vehicles. It's all pedestrian. You have canals everywhere, bridges everywhere, churches everywhere, food everywhere, and rounding this corner, another church. Absolutely amazing. There are cash centers almost everywhere. Again, with any ATM, know what to look for. Card skimmers, scammers, people hanging out and watching you withdraw your cash and getting ready to distract you. But there are cash withdrawal machines everywhere throughout the city that do dispense euros. This is Italy. They're known for leather goods. Plenty of shops around town with leather goods. Again, prices are semi-negotiable depending on where you go. But Venice is also known for being one of the most expensive cities in Italy and Europe. So definitely suggest you may not buy that handbag that you've always wanted here in Venice. Yes, it is a global corporation. It is Burger King. They do have a lot of the similar items that you have in the United States and in Germany and other countries that you're familiar with, but they also have some additionals. Just remember, Venice has 255,000 residents, and it has over 20 million tourists annually. So it is pretty crowded, noisy, and you have people from all over the world. Again, kiosks are everywhere. And what is another icon of the city of Venice is, what do you see behind me? The Rialto Bridge. The Rialto Bridge separates the city center of Venice and the area of San Marco. One of the most tourist iconic. There's another water bus station. Anyway, squirrel. The Rialto Bridge, one of the most iconic bridges in the world. Pedestrian only, and there are shops up and around. Now, what is the difference between that size of the canal and this side of the canal? Not much, with exception of the prices of items. The prices of items on and along the Grand Canal and this canal. Woo! Those people enjoying their food right here behind me, they're paying a little bit more than around the city. Again, water taxis stands. And I'm walking. Bus stations, wait for it, ticket counters, and lots of stores and people. Have I mentioned the food grab and go? Look at these cannolis, holy cannoli. Look at these cannolis, pistachios, macaroons. All sorts of pastries ready to go. And of course, what else would you have in Italy than gelato? One scoop of gelato and a cone is around €2.50, but I've seen it as high as €4 for one little scoop of gelato and a cone. Shop around. These stations are everywhere. Again, whatever time of the year you're here, whether it's winter, summer, dress appropriately. It does get cold here in the winter, and it's hot as heck here in the summertime. So shorts, t-shirt, I'm wearing my Crocs, my flip-flops walking around. And of course, know your dress codes for certain things. If you want to go into one of the basias, no tank tops, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure you take off those hats, expose your receding hairline if you're fortunate like me to have it, or no hair or lots of hair. Show it. But again, know your dress codes for in certain establishments that you're in, but dress comfortably. Talked about quick grab and go meals. Here you go, €8 gets you an entire pasta dish. Let me round the corner for some of the pre-made pizzas. Calzones, again, €6 for a large calzone. Great for on the go. And I do have some tables inside. And yes, folks, my wife is Cambodian Thai. Gotta have her Asian food, so does Alex. They do have Chinese food, and we found a great one that we've actually been to twice in the stay. This is one of the markets, the Gree Market. This is actually 2 doors down from our hotel that we're staying at, the Hotel Royal San Marco. Awesome place, fantastic location, and great staff. So again, in Europe, if you don't already know it, and that is Europe in general, Coca-Cola items, sodas, pop, whatever you call them where you're from, they are almost as much as a beer. And if you go to a store, they actually cost, or restaurants, they actually cost more or the same price as a beer. So why not just enjoy a beer? But again, road sodas, let's talk about it. Heineken, €1.96. Another beer right here, €1.95, €2.50 for a Tennent's. Your Monster's €2.95, and the list goes on. And of course, being in Italy so much, one of my favorite beverages of choice, not endorsing it, but yum yum, is San Benedetto peach tea. Yum, €1. So, 2 things for you Americans that are not used to it or have never left the country. Most areas you can drink right here as you walk on the street. Number 2, that Burger King that we just passed and ate at, I've eaten at it. It is better. The beef is so much better than it is in the United States. And you can also enjoy a tall, delicious, cold cup of beer. And how convenient. This is downstairs from our hotel. This is one of the restaurants that we had a nightcap at last night. 2 cannolis, yum yum, and a beverage. And it was reasonably priced. A cannoli, 2 cannolis and 2 beverages was €9. So folks, shop around. It is not super expensive to grab some reasonable food. Now, if you're willing to travel outside of the central Venice area, you know that fish-shaped bunch of floating islands that we're on right now. You can go to islands by boats like Islands Murano, Burano, and Torsillo. But did you know that Venice also include what's called the Lido Islands? The Lido Islands is that long, narrow barrier just south of town. Whew. I've walked around quite a bit, but I'm back here at my hotel. I'm gonna go upstairs, grab Chris and Alex, and we're gonna go have some dinner tonight. So hopefully this was semi-educational for you, get you some quick points to walk around Venice. I've been here a number of times, hasn't changed much, but there's still a lot to do and see. Just to let you know, just a couple days within Venice and you can see all the main points and do everything you need to do. Again, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel for more of our videos. I'm so used to Alex saying that, but he's right up there on the 4th floor. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, As Good As It Gets, posted below, of course. If you can read the text, hopefully you can. But again, thanks for walking around Venice with me, and we'll see you on the next one. So long.